It's showtime, people. Sunday, day off. Got to keep my word with a lot of people. I got a lot of podcasts coming up, and I had to squeeze some creators in here. That's what it's all about. Giving back, Gotta help out all creators. You know what I mean? All of them. This young man's a good dude, good kid. Always shows respect. Jayjeezer, waiting for him to click in. Should be clicking in shortly. With this podcast, brutally honest content, no fluff, nothing sugar-coated, nothing scripted, just brutally honest content. Not enough of that these days. A little protein for, training all week and training tomorrow, 6 days a week. Sunday's my day off, but you know what? No rest for the weary, no rest for the wicked. Gotta keep it going. Where are you, kiddo? Glad I can do this now to share. Where are you, kiddo? You gotta come on, kiddo. You gotta hit the link and share the screen, kiddo. Let's go. It's all right. If you run a couple minutes late, it's not a big deal. It's all good. Take your time. Got a lot more ink. Got like 8, 9 tattoos. About to get 21 this year, next year, altogether. Get the whole dark side of the force on my back. Darth Plagueis, I already got Darth Maul, Darth Vader, all of them, all the bad guys. I got Jesus Christ on my chest right there, so even it off, get that balance. Without no heaven, there is no hell, right? Hope everyone's having a blessed Sunday out there. Hope everyone's having a blessed Sunday. Where are you, kiddo? I gotta fucking put down 3 fucking Mandarin oranges. Vitamin C, people. Vitamin C every morning. Vitamin D, D3 every morning. Zinc, everything you can take, amino acids, everything. Natural. You don't need no steroids for anything, people. A lot of hard work, dedication, sacrificing your body, all kinds of shit. Where are you, kiddo? I don't know if he had it mixed up with 7, because I did say you want to come on at 7. We'll see. But if not, we'll go over other content, because I got so much content to go over. New podcasts to announce. I got like 3 of them, 3 simultaneously, in the granite, motivational, promoting other creators, promoting, positive, brutally honest, nothing scripted. You know what I mean? Just brutally honest, long form talk. And I got Sandhogs podcast, retired Sandhogs and prior Sandhogs. And we're going to start off in New York because there's only 2 Sandhog unions in the United States, right here in Quincy, Boston, right there. In Quincy, Boston, Massachusetts, not Massachusetts, Massachusetts, right? And then we got right in New York, right in the Bronx, we got another Sandhogs union. So only two miners unions, ton of workers. Very, very hard job, very, very hard trade. Takes a crazy type of man to do that work. And I love it. I love that fucking work. Excuse my language. Where are you, Jayjeezer? My young buck from Chicago, Illinois. I love Chicago. Old school city like Boston. You know what I mean? I love it. I really do. I love it. I love Chicago. I love all the big cities. Boston, the city of champions, obviously. Even without the Patriots, we got the most fucking history. More than New York, more than LA, more than any of them. And I'm not saying I don't like LA, I don't like New York. I just said I love all of them. But I think Boston, people hate fucking Boston. People hate us because we've won so many championships. The Celtics, Bruins, Red Sox, and the Pats, of course, in the past 20 years, been killing it. But what people don't understand, it's all defense with the Pats. It's all ball control. It's the best coaching in the league. You know, Brady, I love Brady, and I'll never hate on Brady because, he worked really hard. That's why he had success here. And Belichick puts you in that position to freaking win. You know what I mean? And to play really well. We'll see what happens. They're gonna be a problem for any team that go in the playoffs because Belichick is a freaking brain. All the players buy into the system and become champions, AFC champions, Super Bowl champions. Then they get those huge deals. You know what I mean? Belichick don't mind. He wants them to go on and be successful because Belichick can just use what he has. Always uses a lot of linebackers. You gotta remember, he was defensive coordinator for the Giants, two Super Bowls. And then he's with the Browns, for 1 year. And when Parcells went, he came out. Actually, Belichick might have been our defensive coordinator when he came here, actually. I forgot. I like Parcells, though. I like him want to speak his fucking mind and don't give a fuck. Where are you, kiddo? What do I do? I got clothes on, bro. Just in my bathrobe. It's Sunday. Who the fuck am I trying to impress? No one. No one. Can't care what people think, people out there. If you know what you're made of, it's all that matters. I'm a fucking savage. Savage. Some people just don't have no clue. But that's why I started to give back. So if people could learn from the old school stories, then it's all worth it. It's all worth it to me. And I know that we have so many great guests coming on. I like this kid right here that's coming on. This young man, he's a great creator, and I think he's got a lot of stuff planned. And I salute that shit all the time because anyone that is a go-getter, I respect. I really do. I'm sure you might want to talk about some fights too. From yesterday, last night, I couldn't even watch that Jake Paul stuff. Like I said, nah, no thanks. I like to watch elite boxing, not fucking freak shows. Kid never fought a fucking amateur fight in his life. Never fought an amateur fight in his life. He's fighting all the. Listen, good for him. You know what I mean? Good for him. I'd love to fight that kid. I would love to fight that kid. Where are you, kiddo? Got a minute, bub. I'll move on to something else. Sorry for the delay, people. He's a good kid, good young man. Give him a couple minutes. I always do. I don't know what this kid is right now. This young man, I have no idea. Plenty of water, people. Keep yourself hydrated all times. Iced coffee's the boot. Gotta keep it going. Couple fatties. Always gotta have it. Even right before a workout. Even right before a long run. Even right before a long fucking training. Full body workout. That's just me. A lot of people I know too. Okay, Jayjeezer. I have to. We have to. I'm gonna have to scrap that, bro. Here we go. Solo layout. Here we go. What's happening, people? In the Granite 617. What do you think about the fights last night, people? I don't know. I mean, the UFC card was fucking dope. Really good. Great freaking fucking shoulder, man. It's going on on me. Uh UFC card was great. A lot of great fights in prelims. What's wrong with my fucking screen? A lot of good fights in the prelims. And just incredible fights last night. Okay. You ready, kid? All right, young man. We'll put you back on, all right? Get you back in here. Let me see. We'll put that on. All right, hit the screen, kiddo. Hit the link, and we'll put you on, young man, and we'll see what you're doing. See what you're gonna do with your creativity. All right, so he just got at me. We'll see if he hits the link. He hits the link. I can add him. Hmm. Let's see what happens here. I don't know. Hit the link, kiddo. Hit the link, or if you don't got the link, I'll send it to you again, dude. Communication is everything. Yes, sir. YouTube. Yep. Got it. No, just hit the link. That link I sent you. Oh yeah. Don't sweat it, young man. This will, my friend. It'll be. Just got 600 hours of watch time and just practicing. So plenty of watch time. You're gonna get plenty of people see this locally here and obviously across the world. So get in there, kid. Hit that link. What the fuck is my phone? Audio interface. All right. Audio interface is now is good. I mean, come on, dude. Hit the link. If it's not working for you, just tell me and I'll send you another link. It should work fine. It's never not worked for. Oh, there he is. All right, I'll add you, brother. Hold on one second, brother. Can you hear me? Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. Can you hear me? Cool. Hold on, brother. Let me. Okay, you're good, brother. I'm gonna add, buddy, the man of the hour. The man of the hour. There he is. What's happening, kiddo? Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
You got food in your mouth like me. I was just eating oranges waiting for you. It's all good, brother. Hold on one second. How's that? Is that better?
Yeah, can you hear me?
I can hear you fine, brother. Yeah, absolutely, bro. Hold on. Actually, let me I'll turn up the volume a little bit. Oh, it's up to 100. All right. Usually I put it at like 92. All right, let me get this screen better for you, brother. All right, awesome. How's it there in Illinois, Chicago?
Not bad. Weather's crazy, you know.
That's what makes us all tough up in the northeastern part of the United States. We go through brutal winters, brutal summers, hot. You know what I mean? Hot and cold.
Yeah, we got
That's what makes us savages. You know?
60-degree weather one day and then 30-degree weather the next day.
Yeah, it's happening around here too. Like around 60 degrees one day, then 30 and 20 the next. It's like that's why people get sick. You
Yeah,
know what I mean? If they're
like
not staying active, you know what I mean? That's why they get sick.
yeah, they think it's gonna be nice out. They don't wear a hoodie and then it's cold.
You got it. And double layers too. Like people, you got a double layer up. Put thermals on underneath your jeans or your pants, whatever. Thermal underneath, a tank top, thermal, and then a shirt, and then a sweatshirt. Then you'll never be cold. You keep your hands, your feet, and your head warm. You'll never be cold.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing because I don't have my jacket right now, so I just been wearing two hoodies.
Hoodies are always good, bro. I have my hoodie on. Yes, I got my hoodie friggin' bathrobe on right now. Because
Yeah,
this is a day off for me, bro, but I'm just working a little extra time to fit in all these people, you know? I got to keep my
yeah,
word, you know what I mean? Even if I
that's
got to
not.
work on days off, don't matter.
I feel
So,
that.
Jayjeezer, explain to people what you do and your creativity and what you got planned for the future and what you're doing right now, because I just want to give people, I want to put people out there that are actually doing something with their life and being creative and
Yeah,
go getters and people that ain't sitting around crying poor mouth or whatever. They're doing what they got to do. And
yeah, that
I like your content, bud.
appreciate that. Yeah, that's how it is in my school. Like I'm like I was talking to somebody the other day. I'm like, you don't got goals for yourself or nothing. He's like, no. I'm like, well, that's a problem.
It is a problem. But you know
No,
what?
I
It's nice of you to say that. You know what I mean? But here's the stick and ointment, right? You could try to help people, and you help them one, two, three times. Then it's just a waste of your time because if they don't want to help themselves, that's
they
taken
can't
away
be
from
helped.
your that's taken away from you. You know what I mean? That's taking your time.
Yeah, like
You
I
know,
got a kid that was asking me for answers, and I'm like, I already been trying to do it. I'm gonna put my head down because my work's done.
that's right. So I see you enjoy UFC 4 video game.
Yeah,
The way you break it down, it's almost like you fought before. It's almost like you understand. So, did you fight before?
No, I've just only like fought in like street fights, but
Well,
I've been
street fight. Hold on. Street fights are more dangerous than the fucking ring. Trust me, I fought both. Street
yeah,
fights is 10 times more dangerous. You hit somebody, they hit their head on a fucking concrete fucking sidewalk, they're dead sometimes.
yeah,
You know
that
what I
happened
mean?
to me. But I just like I've also been watching them in May since I was little, because my stepdad liked them and watched it all the time.
Love you. I love it. Did you watch fights last night? UFC?
Yeah, I was at family's house, but I still watched it on my ESPN.
What would you think?
It
Did you
was
like
pretty nice.
a lot of knockouts, a lot of
Yeah.
submissions? You know what I mean?
I thought
Not
like Dawkins was gonna do better than he did.
who?
Dawkins in the main event.
Oh, Dawkins. Yeah. Well, Lewis, what I said to people, other people, the gamblers and stuff that gamble on the fights, I said,
He's the
Lewis,
underdog.
I don't think Lewis lost. I don't think Lewis lost. You talk about the guy that fought Lewis, right? The ex-con
Yeah,
from Philly.
yeah,
Yeah, he's a tough guy, but Lewis, some reason, he ignores pain. He takes punches, but when he hits you, good night. You know what I
yeah.
mean? But
Killer
that
and
kid's that kid's a tough kid though. That other kid that fought him, definitely a
yeah.
tough guy.
That's why people were like calling him a trash can, and they're like this other YouTuber's like, what are you talking about? Like
Trash
you should
can. It
be,
takes a lot of balls just to get in a ring. Usually,
yeah,
people that say that usually never fought in their life. You know what I mean?
yeah. That's what happened yesterday. This dude called Willie trash after he lost, and I'm like, you're trash, and then he got all mad.
Well, that's good for you standing up for him because let's face it, right? Most people that talk shit never been in a ring, and we can humble them really easy. Get in the fucking ring, then say he's a fucking bum. Because unless
Yeah,
you're not doing nothing, who the fuck are you to say anything about anybody? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I just find that pretty crazy. I don't know. People are just fucking, I don't know. They're haters. Hold on, but I'm sorry. This freaking thing. Oh, there you go. People are just haters. And he probably bet or talk shit that that guy was going to win. Fighting, you just never friggin' know. Hold on one second, brother. Fighting, you just never know. And you could have a pretty good idea who's going to win a fight just by looking at their records, seeing if they're
yeah,
hungry or if they're getting out of silk sheets at 4 in the morning and going running. Like it's just a hunger thing. It's all a mental thing. Fighting is mental, but you have to be in shape. All right, you have to train hard, but you have to be in
yeah,
shape. But it's all mental. And for people to call that guy a bum, go watch his last fucking 5, 6 fights. He was dropping guys twice his size. So
yeah,
and not just like lousy wins. He was really lighting those people up. So I think it's just hard for a guy that's coming in at like 220, 230, fighting a guy that's 265. Now size don't matter in the streets. It really don't matter in the streets, but it does matter in a ring because it's just a whole different thing. You got gloves on, you got people watching, and then people freeze up when they get in the lights and the spotlight, and they freeze up. And they kick ass in the fucking gym. Like this guy could have been beating Lewis in sparring every day. But once they go in front of those bright lights and they know they're being watched by the whole world, they freeze up. Now, I don't know that's what happened with this guy last night, Dawkins, whatever his last name is. But he's from Philly. I know he can fight. Northeast guys usually can fight. If they're fighting, they usually can fight. There's a lot of good training around here.
yeah. Like Rocky.
Exactly. I don't know why they have a Rocky statue there. They should have there's plenty of great fighters that come out of Philly. And let's face it, Rocky movie was great when I was a young kid in the 70s. I think that came out in the 70s, right? Yeah, Rocky came out in the 70s, first one. We come out of that movie theater, everyone wanted to be a boxer. You know what I mean? And it was like,
Yeah,
so it was a great movie. And I think Stallone based that on Muhammad Ali and a lot of the old school boxers. You know what I mean? I think that's what he wrote it, the movie on. I'm pretty sure I read that about 2 or 3 times. I'm pretty. I think I'm accurate with that. I'm just not sure if it was Ali or I'm pretty sure it was Ali, but I could be wrong. But it was definitely about a couple of old school fighters. Maybe Jake LaMotta. Maybe I forget. It's been so long.
Marciano.
Might have been Marciano. It might have been Marciano. Was Rocky a heavyweight in? Yeah, he was a heavyweight in the movies. It could have been Marciano. Could have been Marciano. Now, back in those days, bro, they were fighting 15 freaking round fights, man. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah, the Muhammad Ali days.
He's up the top, right up there, brother. Muhammad, he's way up the top. Actually, let me
Nice.
see. There you go. You can see him now, right? See him up there?
Yeah,
He was 190 or 187 pounds or 192 pounds right there when he dropped that 245-pound Sonny Liston. Told you, size don't mean shit. It's all mental. You know what I mean?
and he was fast.
Oh, Ali was insane. And not only just in the ring, outside of the ring. I mean, that guy had balls the size of fucking rhinoceros balls, guts, courage. You know what I mean? Just really did a lot, not just for boxing, but outside of boxing in America at
Yeah,
that time, back in
I
those
heard
sad
about that.
times. You know what I mean? That racism bullshit is horrible shit, man.
Yeah,
And the 1% of people that are racist out there, they're really friggin' mindless fucking idiots because there's shitbags in every color, there's shitbags in every culture, every race.
yeah, for sure.
But here's the deal: there's 99% good in every color, in every race, in every culture. So that wipes out that 1% of fucking idiots. You know what I mean? And everyone's always saying America's divided. It's not divided. That's what the news says. And that's what fucking the internet tries to do. That's what these fucking hackers try to do. They try to divide us. You'll never divide America because there's so many savages. We got 60% of savages in America ready to fight for this country at any second. I would fight for this country in any second. Split second. I wouldn't even think twice. I kiss my wife and kiss my kids. I say, hey, if I die, I die. You know what I mean? I don't give a fuck about that. A lot of people died for our freedoms. No one has it like we do in any other fucking country. Nobody. Maybe Canada and Mexico, similar. England, a little bit similar. And probably there's a lot of other countries that are similar, but there's not a democracy. You know what I mean? And I don't like really talking politics. I lived a lot of politics in my life. I brought it up. It's not you. Uh, I,
Yeah,
I stay away from that DC politics because listen, once a coward meets adversity, they fold all the time. And these people became politicians because they probably had their milk money taken when they were a kid and they wanted power and they could never get it. So I don't know the story. I have no fucking clue. But that's my point of view from it. I just want to vote in as many Navy SEALs, as many Marines as we can, and keep the integrity of America going because, do you remember 9/11?
I wasn't around, but I know about it.
All right. 9/11, the whole country came together. It didn't matter what color, everyone was on the same side. And that's what I feel like America's missing right now. It's like this shutdown, this fucking all this stuff. It don't make a lot of sense to me, but I'm not a scientist. I'm not a doctor. I'm not any of the above. But I do know the anatomy of the body, and I do know a lot more than a lot of doctors know. But I'm not going to speak on it because I don't want to hurt no one's feelings. You know what I mean? I'm not here to hurt feelings.
Yeah,
I'm here to promote and to give back, and to give everyone a voice and a platform to talk about what they're doing. So let me ask you something. What got you into creating Jayjeezer?
I actually just created I made a video about that like the other day. Um, Pretty much my buddy MMA Marks, who also a podcast as well. he been
Okay.
streaming. He streamed on Twitch for a while too. Like during
Okay.
the pandemic, he was like, "Hey, like, why don't you stream and stuff?" And then I just started streaming and checking it out, and then I just kept streaming from there on Twitch and liking it, and then I just ended up moving to YouTube.
Oh, that's awesome, bro. It's good to hear. You gotta stick with it, kid, because you break down the fights pretty good, man. For a young man, you do a good job. I'm not just saying that. I'm being honest. I'm being really honest. You do a good job. Do you have
Thank you.
anything planned? Do you have anything planned for the future? Like, is this what you want to do for a sustainable period of time, or is there something you want to move on to after this?
I want to keep making YouTube videos for as long as I can, and I'm about to
Okay.
graduate high school.
Oh, okay. Yeah, my son next year. My daughter, my firstborn, 27. She Dean's List, UMass JFK, very good kid. My son should be in the NBA draft, hopefully in the next couple years. He's playing as a senior this year, as a junior, and then he's senior year, and then he's done with basketball. He's been playing basketball since first grade, so it feels like a whole
Yeah,
friggin' yeah, it feels like a friggin' whole uh like a whole NBA career. You know what I mean? I don't know what that sound is. You hear that sound, bud? Boom,
not really.
boom. Oh, okay. Might be the headphones. Sony are usually really good, so I don't know. Sometimes they mess up on me. It might be my audio interface. I don't know. I'm not a tech head. When all you guys are studying tech, I was building water tunnels. You know what I mean? So I never had time to mess around with this. The last 26 months of me doing this, not podcasts, but just getting in front of the camera and all that stuff. I've never been nervous about nothing in my life, Jayjeezer, right? Never. But when I got in front of a camera, like I've done shows in front of cameras, videos, music videos, everything. Never fighting, never nervous. This stuff, I got nervous in the beginning, and then as you go
Yeah,
on, as you could probably contest to this, right? That it gets easier and easier.
yeah, that be happening. Like before I upload a video, like I'd be like nervous. I'm like I don't know. I'd be double checking if I got everything and if everything's good, and then eventually I'll tell myself like I do this all the time. Like I just gotta upload it already.
So crossing all the T's and dotting all the I's before. So you edit everything before you put it out, right?
Well, like I don't do live commentary most of the time,
Okay.
so I
All
just
right.
upload from my PlayStation and then do a comment like voiceover, and then I've been trying to put music in the beginning or if it's a loading screen. Since I don't got a PC, I can't just cut it out.
Okay.
And then I've been trying to mess with the subscriber panels. But I just
Okay.
did two live voiceovers right now before we called, so that will be coming out.
I'll check it out, brother. I'll always come in there, check it out, and give you a thumbs up and a comment, a good comment.
Yeah,
I've done it a couple times, and I'll keep doing it. It's hard to keep track of so many people, you know what I mean? So if I miss you,
yeah,
it's not intentional. It's never personal. It's just
yeah,
so many things. But what I usually do, brother, is I usually wait till the weekend, like a Sunday or whatever, and then I'll just go over things that I miss, or if I'll just check, see if I missed anybody, and I'll so when I seen you, I'm like, oh shit, I got so many podcasts coming up. I gotta get in there because I promised and I gotta keep my word, brother. And that's very important in this world is always keep your word. And history
yeah. I
always
appreciate
repeats
that.
itself. No, you don't have to appreciate it, but I appreciate you too, brother. You know what I mean? Anyone that's creating and doing something positive and something creative, because the creative process is a motherfucker. We both know it, right?
Yeah,
It's not an easy thing. It's not an easy thing to do.
yeah. I was just thinking that I'm like, it's not like I just posted on Twitter the other day. I was like, if you're in there because you think it's an easy way to come up or make money, then you don't do it or rethink it because like it's hard sometimes trying to like find like a good video. Like you can't just post any video and stuff
Nope.
and doing editing and voiceover. You want we try to find good videos, so you could be fighting, but you're gonna keep it going there because you want to find a good one.
Well, sometimes you could create a really great video and then you could over edit shit and then uh, you think it's going to be better than the one you had prior or whatever, and it's almost like music, right? Some people mess with the music too much and then it's not as good as it was. You know what I mean? They
Yeah,
remaster it, they master it, they remaster it, and then they should have just left it alone. You know what I mean? After they mastered it, you know what I mean? It's kind of the same idea. You know what I mean?
yeah, that's kind of like when I have my subscriber panels, some or the animation. Sometimes it lags out because I think it's because I don't got a PC, so it sometimes it works, sometimes it don't. And I'm just like, oh, I should have just put like a text there because like it just goes black.
I get it. So what do you use? An iPhone, iPad, all that
I use
stuff,
my
or you use
I use my Chromebook and my phone and my PlayStation.
Chromebook phone? All right. Well, the Chromebooks work pretty good actually.
Yeah,
Um, Let me ask you something. Chromebook is the same thing as a PC, just like an iPhone, an iPad, a Chromebook. I mean, they're all just mini computers, basically. The
but
same
it
exact thing.
doesn't. It's not Windows, so I can't use any of the editing softwares
I get it.
because
I get it.
they don't take Chrome OS.
I get it.
So when I do like not live commentary, I put on an editing software that's free, and it's like not 60 F like 60 quality. I don't know what it's called right now, but because it makes me pay for it to be more.
No, I
But if I
know. I
upload on
know.
my
That's how they try to get you. You know what I mean? They
yeah,
try
but
to get you to pay.
if I upload on my PlayStation live with live commentary, then I just get the quality straight from there.
There you go. See, there's that's called ingenuity. You're working around it. You know what I mean? That's a good
Yeah,
thing. Um, just to let you know, a Windows PC uh, or a Windows laptop, pretty freaking cheap right now, bud. Like, it will be for probably till next year or right after this new year. Everything's probably going to be even cheaper. So, you know, look into like a 500, 600, $700 laptop, and that's all you really need. I think you know about computers anyways, and you know how to use them. I'm pretty sure you do a great job of what you have. So salute to you for the good work you do with what you have, because a lot of people start out with an iPhone or an Android, whatever. You know what I mean? They just start. And I think that's the most important thing to do is just start. And then you can, add more shit as you go. You know what
yeah.
I mean?
It's pretty much just like about consistency and
You hit it
just
right on the money right there. Yep,
people seeing that you want to grind and they'll respect that you're trying to grind with what you got.
that's right. That's right. If you if you want, but what we could do is I don't know, maybe once a month or something, we could get a couple creators in here and do a super chat to try to get, try to raise some funds for creators and shit. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah,
I know I invested money into my shit, and I'll invest more down the road too. This studio I built, uh, it's only a temporary studio, probably for another year and a half, and then when I move out of the city for the first time in my whole life, I'm gonna build a studio right next to next to the house or connected, and go full time there too. You know what I mean? So I'll never stop doing this. You know what I mean? Never. It's just something I feel like it's very important. I think creativity is a very important thing. Salute to YouTube for allowing people to create. You know what I mean?
yeah, for sure.
So what
I
do you?
just say
Let me
like
ask you. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead, bud. Go ahead.
if you're already playing the game in gaming, you might as well make videos on it and meet new people and stuff and do whatever you want.
Well, that's the thing. Reaching out to people and stuff, and communicating with people that you probably wouldn't have been able to communicate with. See on Twitter and Instagram and Facebook and all these other social platforms, that's not real communication, in my opinion. I have to write a whole paragraph to communicate with somebody because I
Yeah,
can't
you'll be writing
communicate.
long paragraphs.
Yeah, I can't communicate in 3 words. It's like, you know what I mean? People can take it the wrong way or they can take it the right way or whatever. I have
Yeah,
to like,
that's why sometimes I just take a while because I want to make sure I can read it all.
yeah, that's my problem. I don't go back and read it and then there's like 4 words misspelled and I'm like, you can't edit it, after you freaking put it out. Like other ones you can edit, you could, hit the 3 dots and go down and edit your words that you messed up. But that's using an iPhone or something. You know what I mean? They're so touchy. You can misspell CAT if you're not right on. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
but let me ask you something. Do you think you'll ever like get into podcasting down the road? Down the road, like after you do this for a while, for another year or two or whatever. Do you have any like thoughts of doing something else, like creativity wise?
Not really, but it's a possibility. I
Anything's a
wouldn't mind something
possibility,
like that.
right?
Yeah. Like
Salute, brother.
I've been on my buddy MMA Mark's podcast, like not his main one, but it's like they talk about the fights after they're over, the big ones and stuff.
Oh, so what's
And
he
I
do?
was,
Post fight commentary?
yeah,
I do
like
that once in a while.
he goes on Twitch and with his cousins and they talk about the fights.
I'll have to check them out. I'll have to check them out. Let me write them down because I always just like to see what people are up to out there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What's the name of his podcast? But
His Twitch name is MMA Marks.
I'm not on Twitch. Oh, so he's only on Twitch,
You could find him on Instagram.
Instagram. Okay,
Yeah.
what's
Or
that? What's
Twitter.
his
It's just MMA_Marks.
okay? MMA
And then you can find his podcast probably in his bio.
MMA underscore Marks MARKS.
Yeah, because it's marks because they do mark out. It's like mark out the stuff that goes on. That's like
No, I
part of
know.
their
No, no,
podcast.
it's good. I like the name. I like the name. It sounds original to me. That's good.
Mhm.
I like anything original. It sounds good. I've never heard of it, but I will check out. There's so many platforms out there. It's hard to keep track of them all. You know what I mean? But supporting creators is very important. I don't think people realize it. You know what I mean? I think people that just want to do their own thing, that's all good. That's all well and good, but you still need to communicate with. It's the old saying: power in numbers and teamwork makes the dream work. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah,
really
and I
true.
think people want to only mess with and like support people that make content in their area or in their game,
And that
and
niche, yeah,
they should be creating like supporting anybody like I support 2K creators or like Mortal Kombat, like because we're
yeah.
all content creators. Like
You should
we don't
be.
gotta,
You should be, and they should be supporting you.
yeah, like I don't gotta stick to supporting UFC streamers. Like I'll
No,
support you. I'll support you in your channel, not because of the game. I don't like that. I
no,
want my subscribers to want to watch me for whatever I play. But of course, I expect numbers to go down because I built my name off UFC or whatever else.
yeah. I don't
And
think you.
anybody that's thinks that.
I don't think your numbers are going to go down. I think as long as you stay
No, I'm just
consistent
saying.
doing what
No,
you're
I'm just saying
doing.
in general. No, I'm just saying
Oh
in
yeah,
general. Like people complain sometimes because they're playing a different game and people are not there. Like that's gonna happen.
yeah. That's going to happen. Exactly. Like people are out there doing other things. They'll always come back and check your stuff. You know what I mean? That's why I always tell people: don't worry about numbers. Don't worry
Yeah,
about
we were just talking
subscribers. All
about
that
that.
shit. Yeah, don't worry
Yeah,
about
I
that
don't.
shit. That just happens over time. You gotta
Yeah,
nothing. Rome wasn't built in a day. Shit that gets good takes time to get good. Shit that gets bad takes time to get bad. It's like alcoholics and drug addicts, right? I know a lot about this stuff, right? Like, listen to me. it takes a long time before someone hits rock bottom, before they finally realize, all right?
Yeah,
It takes a long time to get better. Nothing happens overnight unless you just got really good luck or something. You know what I mean? Which it
type
happens. But
genetic.
if you're gonna depend on that, you're gonna be waiting a long time. So you just gotta do it. You just gotta do it. You know,
Yeah, I
and
was
you
just
do. You
telling
do do it.
myself that the other day. I was like, I remember I would just post on YouTube, like just for like to see if anything would happen, and I would get like no views or like three, and then eventually I just started meeting new people and networking, and I started posting a lot and consistent, and now I'm getting like at least 30 views a video,
And the
and
funny
like
thing
that's
is, brother, after a year, that'll be like 300. You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
just over time, it'll go out there. You know what I heard is really important is thumbnails and things like that. Well,
yeah,
you know what I mean? That's the research I've
and
done for the past couple of years.
titles
You
are
know,
important too.
titles are
Setting
very important.
setting a good title, yeah,
The way I look at it, this is just my opinion. And I don't know. You could correct me if you think I'm wrong because I like constructive criticism. I always do. I just think if you're consistent and real, recognize real. If you're real and you're not scripted and you're just doing, you're being yourself, you're being original, and you're not. There's nothing scripted. You're not sugarcoating anything. I think eventually people realize that, they recognize that, and that's what they want to see is someone they can depend on and someone that's not going to fluff up things, not going to sugarcoat anything. They're just going to be real with you and honest. No fucking fuckery, no bullshit. You know what I mean?
yeah.
I
You
think
want to be like you want to be different and like entertaining and consistent, yeah. Like, cause there's like a lot of UFC for creators, and it's not really a great game for the audience, like for the competitive, because EA doesn't really do a good job on their game. Like
hey,
they
I
don't,
had the first one, and you had to do like 10 moves to do one move. 10 buttons to do one move. I just threw it down. I'm like, I love the UFC, but I can't play it because it's just too much, right? But
yeah, like
how do you remember the first one?
UFC one, probably, but
Well,
I don't
it's
remember
what
right now.
it came out when the first Xbox came out, right after Dreamcast, the Xbox came out.
Oh yeah, I
That's
don't
when
think so.
yeah.
That's
So
way back.
so so I'm just letting you know. So I had the first Atari when I was like 7, 8 years old. The
Yeah,
first Atari. All right.
yeah. My
And
stepdad had Dreamcast.
Dreamcast wasn't bad. You know what I mean? Like, to be honest, brother, I haven't played video games. I played Call of Duty with my son, like, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 years ago. Like, we played the first four that came out. We played them together, try to
Yeah,
beat levels together. But I played video games a lot when I was a young kid. And then 99 to 2001, 2002, I stopped drinking and living the fucking crazy life, selling sniffing cocaine. I did time for it so I could talk about it, right? Selling cocaine, sniffing cocaine, drinking, drinking all the time, and then I gave it up. I was getting married, and I'll tell you one thing. Those video games, EA, Madden, fucking EA's hockey, ice hockey, baseball,
FIFA.
NBA 2K, basketball. All those four games kept me on the couch on Friday and Saturday nights with a couple dear friends that were, sober too. And we'd have so much fun just smoking grass and fucking playing fucking sports video games.
Yeah, that's all you need and some
And
music.
that that was back in 99, 2000. Imagine I can't even imagine like what you guys. I don't even go up to my son's room. I know what they play. You know what I mean? They play video games every day. So you guys must be having a blast right now.
Yeah, that's pretty fun.
You seem to
But
have you
I try
break
to
down
stay
fights
busy
with your
too.
game. Yeah, staying busy is really important, Jayjeezer. Absolutely. Let me ask you something. If you stay busy, do you feel better? Do you feel better more so than when you sit around and just chill and don't do anything? Do you feel better staying busy?
Oh, for sure. You feel more accomplished and you keep your mind busy and you're not thinking about dumb stuff that you shouldn't be thinking about or like, stress stuff.
I love to hear it, man. I really love to hear it. You're being very honest, and that's what I appreciate the honesty. You know, you're exactly accurate with your assessment right there. You keep your mind busy. Don't care what anyone else thinks about you, brother. Do your thing. You know what I mean? Keep doing your thing, and you'll never have to. You'll never have to. I'm trying to look for the right word so I don't offend anybody or anything. I don't even give a fuck if I offend anyone anyway, because I'm not trying to offend anybody. I'm just old school. I can't change who the fuck I am. Um, yeah, you staying busy is a good thing. And if that keeps your mind off the fucking small little and the negative bullshit out there, and there's always misery loves company. People out there, they're miserable and they want company. You know what I mean? So don't fall into that trap. Just keep doing what you're doing. You know what I mean? Because you seem happy. Like even when you're breaking down the
Appreciate that.
fights, when you're doing that, you break them down very well, very well. You break it down.
Thank you.
I was shocked. I'm watching. I'm going, man, this kid fight like, does this kid fight in the ring? Does this kid, box? Does this kid, is he in mixed martial arts? Does it? Well, obviously he said street fights, so obviously you've been in fights, so you could break down fights. If you've been in fights, you could break down fights. What drives me crazy, and it probably drives you crazy, is when you hear people breaking down fights that never fought a day in their life.
Yeah, for sure.
It drives me nuts, brother. Now, I don't even care if someone didn't fight. It doesn't matter. But as long as they know what they're talking about, then I don't care if they didn't fight at all. It don't matter to me. If
Yeah,
they fight, at least they have credibility. You know what I mean? But if they're breaking down fights the way that they're really broken down and it's really true, then you can't. There shouldn't be no one hating on that person. You know what I mean? So I don't know. It's like Stephen A. Smith, and I like Stephen A. Smith. I don't like Max Kellerman. I think Max Kellerman just he's just too, I don't know, whatever. I don't hate the guy. I just don't like his commentary. Stephen A.
yeah.
Smith.
He be
Oh God.
annoying sometimes. So I feel you.
Yeah.
Max Kellerman be annoying sometimes. I
Oh
I,
my
I like
God.
Stephen A.
I like Stephen A. because Stephen A. does know boxing. He does. He was a little out of his league with UFC. I'll be honest. Remember that night he was with Joe Rogan in DC and all them, or whenever it was, and then Joe
Oh yeah, I
Rogan.
heard he was doing that, but I don't think I watched that one.
Yeah, but he was calling Cowboy Cerrone a quitter, and everyone knows Cowboy Cerrone ain't no quitter. That guy can fight. He got his ass kicked and got knocked out. I'm like, I wanted to say Stephen A. Smith. Why don't you go get knocked out or get discombobulated and see if you fucking Cerrone? I don't think Cerrone's ever quit.
Yeah,
So
he's
it's just
pretty
things.
good.
Yeah, it's just things like that. You know what I mean? Cerrone back in his day used to be a killer. He used to be a savage. Now he's just fighting for paychecks, and he should
He's
be
old
fighting
now.
guys. Yeah, he's older. Age really
He
don't
could
mean
be,
nothing, but it does. It does when you put all that damage on your body like he has. It does make a difference when you're older. You know, who was that? Who's the heavyweight? Or no, light heavyweight, 205 that just won the championship versus Jan Bohovic, the Polish power guy. What is he?
Glover,
47. Who is it?
Texera.
Yeah, Teixeira. Teixeira. So there's a perfect example. Age don't matter. George Foreman beat Michael Mora, who was like fucking 49 years old. You know what I mean? Like, I
Yeah,
don't think
Floyd
age
Mayweather was
means
fighting
shit.
at 40
Exactly.
because he doesn't get hit.
Exactly. He don't get it. He can be right in front of you, right? As you can see on fights, in his prime, they're trying to hit him. Mayweather, Pretty Boy Floyd, before he was Money Mayweather, would go out there and just knock you out. He has fucking thunder in those hands.
Yeah, people
And then
think he
what
doesn't have
most
power, but he does.
yeah, he's got huge power. But what
But he
he
doesn't. I mean,
figured
he
out,
doesn't have that. He doesn't have that much. But if he catches you with a good counter, you're gonna go out.
well, his technique is so good. You know what I mean? So he hits you with punches that you don't see coming, and that's how the knockout mechanism happens. You get hit
Like
on
I
the
just
chin when you
remember
don't see
that
it
Ricky
coming.
Hatton fight.
Ricky Hatton. That's
Yeah,
a
he just
perfect
went out
example.
cold.
That's a perfect example. But if you go back and watch him before he was Money Mayweather, when he was just Pretty Boy Floyd with his father, I think it was father and his uncle in his corner. So he was just murking people, right? Dropping them. And then he figured out that, oh, they want to see me lose. So he always had the good defense, but he just wanted to go in there and end people real quick, show them how good he was. But showing how good you are, right? Offensively, anyone could do that, right? But not everyone can do it defensively and offensively. And that's what he did. He got rich, wealthy, not rich, wealthy from getting people to pay to see him lose, and he would never lose.
Yeah, Wade did that a lot, and then until he got like he retired, then I'm like, I like this guy because that's the name of the sports, to hit and get not hit.
That's the science of boxing. You're right. You're absolutely correct. And not only that, well, you have to take a punch to give a punch. You got to test your chin, see how good your chin is.
Yeah,
So you should take punches. That's what sparring's for. And you should never go over 50, 75% sparring. You should never be trying to kill your sparring partner because I just think it's kind of like that here in Boston. When I was coming up boxing, it was just go in there. I'd go in there with Golden Glove champs, really good pros. And I would always hold my own, but thank God a lot of them were my friends. So they weren't trying to kill me or nothing. And I wasn't trying to kill them because it's hard to try to kill your friends. You know, physically, it's hard to hurt your friends. You know what I mean? Especially dear friends. Um, but what a lot of trainers they make a big mistake with fighters is fighters that have really good offense, they don't learn their defense. And this is like Wilder, right? Wilder, great fighter, okay? Great fighter. Got that friggin' right hand, right? Bang, right? Bang. Lights out, right?
yo,
He only needs that split second, right? But he doesn't have the fundamentals that he should have went back to, like moving backwards and throwing punches while someone's rushing you, moving backwards and staying on balance, which is footwork, which you got to practice every day, and shadow boxing and all technique. It's all fundamentals. You have to go back to that. And Wilder, to his credit, a lot of people don't know this, that don't know fighting, casuals out there that don't understand fighting. Wilder got into fighting to help his daughter that had a rare disease. Now, he won a bronze medal in the Olympics with 10 or less amateur fights, which is unheard of. No one's ever done that. And then he goes into the ring in a boring heavyweight division at the time, and murks everybody. As what he had, like 39 knockouts or something like that in 41 fights.
yeah,
And then people talk shit about him. You know what I mean? But he kind of brought that on himself because he used 101 excuses. You know what I mean? You don't use an excuse if you lose. Okay, I know it's hard on the ego and all that stuff. Like even Derek Lewis last night was saying it on the post fight. He goes, uh, he said he went crazy for 2 weeks after he lost. What's his name? That's Gone. When he lost the Gun, it's not easy to lose, especially when you're beating everybody. It's not easy. But Ali, Mike Tyson, all these savages from way back, what makes them special is they come back and won the title again after they lost. And that shows a man's character or a woman's character or whoever. That shows your character. That's your legacy. So Wilder, when he came back and fought Fury for the third time, he earned his name. He earned his respect because Tyson Fury, he's 7 fucking foot tall. He moves like a middleweight, has defense. He's been fighting since he was a little kid. Wilder didn't start till he was like, what, 24 years old? Tyson Fury's been fighting since he's a little kid. So it's all those rounds in the gym and sparring that you cannot duplicate and replicate. You have to do it. You have to do it a day after day after day after day. Mike Tyson used to spar every day without headgear. Like you have to do it. You know what I mean? And someone's going to be a better man that night. If you have the mental preparation, you'll win every freaking time. You know what I mean? As long as you have that no loss mentality. If you even think a little tiny bit that you're going to lose, you will lose. You will lose. You know, it's like creating, right? I'm sure in your mind you feel like you're going to be successful, right? You already are successful because you're doing it, okay? So don't let anyone say, oh, you don't got a lot of subscribers, you don't have a million. Don't listen to those fucking people. Don't listen to those people. They're poison to you, all right?
Yeah.
Just keep doing what you're doing, kiddo, because you're doing a really good job. And kiddo is not an insult. I call 70-year-old guys kid. That's what we've been calling people, here in Boston area, Quincy and Boston, two connected cities. That's what we've been calling people since the early 80s and 70s. What's up, kid? What's up, kid? With a big hug and a bear hug. You know what I mean? That's it. You know what I mean? Kid is not an insult. But young man, I should say, young man, don't ever stop what you're doing and don't ever listen to anybody except for people that love and care about you. And you know what I mean? Don't believe the hype. Like Chuck D says from Public Enemy in that song, Don't Believe the Hype. Go listen to It Takes a Nation of Millions to Hold Us Back. Public Enemy, all right? Go listen to that album and go listen to Don't Believe the Hype. Don't ever listen to what anyone says about you. The reason they talk bad about you is because they can't be you and they can't do what you're doing or they won't do what you're doing. So they want to make themselves feel good and say, oh, I'm going to talk shit about him. Don't ever listen to it. I would even say don't even read the comments, but you might want to read the comments just to see if people are liking your stuff. So then you know who's a true, subscriber and who ain't. You know what I mean? I just really hope you keep doing this. You know what I mean? Keep doing what you're doing because I think you're very good at it. Very good at it. Do you have confidence when you're doing it? Like, every video, do you feel confident in your assessments? Because your assessments are pretty fucking right on.
Yeah, pretty much. I just been working on being more entertaining and clear and doing my best. And I
This is
recently made
good.
got myself an intro for my start of my YouTube videos, so people seem to be liking that.
Intros are good. Intros are good.
Yeah,
It's
I
just
just
like an album.
calling
Intros,
myself
same intro.
Jayjeezer, the woman pleaser.
Good for you, man. No, I just think you break down fights really well, and what you're saying while you're playing, it's you're spot on with everything you're saying, and it amazes me, that you're a young man and you understand all this. And when
The
you
one
say go to
two.
the body, go to the body, yeah, go to the body, go to the body, go to the body. I'm like, this kid understands fighting. It's pretty remarkable to see young minds, young men understanding fighting like that. It's really refreshing to me, anyways. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. I watch my
Yeah,
boy
just
Cody Dank. He be breaking down fights. He does bets and predictions. He trains.
yeah.
It's pretty
Does he?
cool.
Is he? Is he out of Chicago, Illinois? Is he somewhere else in the United States, or is he somewhere in the
Yeah, he's
world?
somewhere else. I wish he was close. I go to it, train with him.
I wish he was close. Do they have MMA events and boxing events a lot in boxing? I mean, in Illinois, because I know they had a lot of boxing back in the days. I mean, there was a lot of epic fights in Chicago back in the days. Do they have UFC events there? I know not in the past year and a half or 2 years, whatever. I know that, but do they usually come there?
I don't know about usually, but I know they got some UFC events out in Chicago.
So they have organizations other than the UFC, or I know the
The
UFC has
UFC
been in
in
Chicago.
Chicago. Yeah, but I
Hopefully,
don't know other than
hopefully,
that.
hopefully they make a big pay per view in Chicago. Within in 2022 or 23, and you could be like in the first couple rows up there as one of the biggest content creators for UFC, because that's where it can go if you stick with it. If you stick
Yeah,
with
for
it, that's
sure.
where it
That'll
can
be
go.
good.
Listen, just keep doing your homework, keep doing your research, watch a lot of real fights, and that will spill over into your creativity and your what you're doing with your creative platform. If you keep doing the research and keep absorbing knowledge like a sponge, like you seem to do anyways already, if you just
Yeah,
keep doing that, you're gonna be you're gonna be a savage in this in the creative landscape.
I appreciate that. Yeah, I do want to go back and watch the old UFC.
Yeah, I would highly recommend watching old fights, brother. All of them, like even just like 5, 10 years ago, even all the way back. You should go back to the beginning and even go back to old boxing fights because that's when you're gonna see when the best fought the best. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like UFC one and stuff where they had a tournament style.
Yeah, yeah. Well, back when the UFC started, it was like certain states in the Northeast here wouldn't allow it to happen, and too violent or whatever the fuck they thought. I don't know what the fucking shit was, right? But they would have to go to these out of place fucking not out of place states, but out of place towns and states and hold the events, and people would have to travel a long way to go see it. But over time, the I think the talent got better, and obviously the talent got better. And that's what made me watch it even more and more and more and more when the talent got better. I'll tell you to be honest, I watched all the old shit when it came out, but it was really hard to watch them because, like I said, they were doing like out of the way broadcasts and really weird times sometimes, so you couldn't always catch it when you wanted to catch it. You know what I mean? It wasn't like it
Yeah, I
was
remember
today.
when there
It's
was
not even
on Spike.
close. Exactly, exactly, and Fox too. Fox, and then I think it was Spike was the. I think Spike might have been the first network to carry him. I'm not positive on that. I don't want to say it. I don't have a young Jamie next to me to. Hey, look that up. What was the first? I don't have a young Jamie. I might soon though. Um, but Jayjeezer, listen, I want to thank you for coming on into Granite 617, brother. I appreciate your work. I appreciate your you're very respectful. You're a good person. I've got to know you over the past year or whatever, plus or whatever it's been. I've got to know you're a good person. I appreciate you coming on. I wanted to keep my word with you, buddy, because I didn't know if I'd be able to get you on there with all these people coming on. I just wanted to, I'm just going over a bunch of people that I offered to come on, and I haven't got back to them yet because I don't know if I'm going to be able to have you on this month coming up. So I just wanted to get you on today. And listen, brother, just keep doing what you're doing. Do not care what anyone thinks. Do not care. Only your peers. You should you should listen to what your peers have to say. But even then, go with your passion, go with your heart, go with what you enjoy to do, and just keep trying to be a little bit better every day. That's all you could do is try to be a little bit better than you were the day before. And that's the best advice I could give you, my friend. You know what I mean? If you ever need
For
any
sure, bro.
advice,
Yeah, this is my first time being pretty much being on a podcast, and I'm glad I was had some free time. And thank you for having me.
I'm, I'm glad you came on too, brother. You know how to get in touch with me, brother. If you ever need
Yeah,
any,
I'll hit you up. My family getting home,
you ever
so I'll
need,
text you.
yeah, you got it, brother. You got it anytime you need. All right, any
All right.
advice, anything, and
Have a good
hey,
one.
if I need any, you too, brother, man. Respect, brother. Respect, brother.
Peace out.
Have a
Stay
good night,
blessed.
my friend. Peace out, brother.